Hey guys, Pablo here, and welcome back to a brand new video. In this one, the project we will be covering is called the Well-Fed FLOPA. This is a project that is developed on the Binance Smart Chain network, and their whole tokenomics and protocol is planned out to perform charity for cats shelter and so forth. So we're going to talk about this whole project, their transaction fees, their tokenomics and roadmap and so forth. And also they're planning on having a shell competition and kind of like the tweet and retweet on their Twitter. So make sure that you follow them on Twitter. I'll link all the things in the description. Do note that anything I say is not going to be an investment or a financial advice, so always do your own investigation and research. And with this out of the way, let's move straight to the project. Now here we are at the official website of Well-Fed FLOPA. We are going to discuss this entire project using this website, and we also have the white paper from which we are going to discuss this entire project. First of all, we're going to talk about their introduction. We're going to talk about their mission, what makes it unique, what makes it really wise and amazing, and what makes this a good potential investment opportunity. So afterwards, we're going to move forward and talk about the details, their protocol, their tokenomics, and what's going to happen in the future, which we're of course going to study in their roadmap. The first thing that we need to know is, what is this project? Why is it made? What it is going to do, and what their mission is. First of all, this is on the Binance Smart Chain network, and their tokenomics, their primary focus is charity. And that charity, of course, every single charity has a specific narrative, a specific target where they, place forth all those charities and help out. This one is, it's not just a normal and ordinary meme coin. Their entire focus is centered around the idea that they help the stray cats and provide them with food and shelter and so forth. And when we used to discuss all those meme projects with the the Doge forks and so forth, all those were providing charity for the dog shelters. And that there weren't, I think, probably maximum 1-2 out there that were doing this for cats or other animals out there. So which I think makes it unique, because you can find many other projects that will be doing charity for dogs, but there will be very less that will be doing that for the cats. So it says WFF, which is a short form of Well-Fed FLOPA, is a spaceship of redemption in a world full of injustice and anxiety, born to give people financial freedom and at the same time help animals in need of their support. Now this is the contract address. One of the most important things that we discuss when we talk about the protocol is the transaction fees that is applied and how that transaction fees empowers the whole ecosystem. So if we talk about the tokenomics for that, you can see 5% goes to liquidity pool, which creates a solid price floor, so that even if people sell the token, it does not put a lot of pressure and impact on the price. So 5% is a solid amount that is sent to the liquidity pool, and 4% that is given to charity, and this is spent on the donations to cat shelters around the world. And 5% it goes to the marketing wallet, and which is where they use this for all the listings and the advertisements and so forth, which is really important. So this is the protocol that is applied. Now 5% that goes to liquidity pool, that is one of the major things that plays a part in ensuring that the value keeps on increasing, so that they don't entirely have to rely on the liquidity providers like other projects in which of course you have to pay and you have to reward your liquidity providers every now and then. But when you have this protocol in place, you're generating liquidity on every single transaction on your own automatically, so you don't have to entirely rely on the liquidity providers and to give them rewards, which I think is really amazing. Now these are the features and how the Well-Fed FLOPA works. There is no chance of rug pull, and to ensure that the LP tokens, they're going to be locked for a minimum of 1 year initially. So when they're locked, there's no chance of people rugging it out, because it's basically locked. It says we mean real business, and this token is just the first step. Then we have the developer. Our contract is coded and maintained by an experienced developer with anti-bot features like high tax in the first few blocks. We have an audit of the contract, and that will be done once our contract is complete. Initial liquidity will be locked for 1 year. So they also have anti-bot feature, and they also have an audit on the way. So if you talk about the anti-bot, there are anti-snipe measures in place to launch to make sure all those snipers get wrecked, to ensure that they don't immediately start buying and then dumping, which I think makes it really secure. And then community. Our team commits to clear communication and 100% transparency to make investors and community members feel safe. So since we have the contract address, we can see almost all of the information. It is on the Binance Smart Chain, so on the BC scan, we can see all of the transactions that are happening, all the charity that is going, where it's going, and so forth. So when we reach to that point, they will actually disclose on how they plan on actually doing it. So the circulating supply that we have of Welfare FLOPA token, the WFF token is 1 billion. This is the contract address. And we already have discussed the taxation. There's a total of 14% tax, 5% liquidity pool, 4% charity, and there's a 5% that goes to the marketing wallet. We already have discussed about the lockup, and this brings us to this team, which you can see is doxed to make it secure. So you know what they are, how they look like, what the names are, and so forth. And in the, well, we're going to talk about the what's going to happen in the future in their roadmap. 4% of each transaction will be donated to European stray cat funds. Priority will be given to funds in Germany, Poland, France, and Latvia. Now let's discuss their roadmap to see what we have in the future. So these things are in the phase 1 that have been completed. So website release, Telegram group, Twitter account, influencer, social media marketing. I'm going to put all their social media handles in the description. Then competitions giveaway. And then afterwards, audit that is going to be released later as discussed. 2,500 members on Telegram, pre-sale and PancakeSwap launch. After the pre-sale is over, they're going to go for the PancakeSwap launch, and then listing on CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. It's a better option to get into the project and buy the tokens before they go for the exchange listings, because that's when the price skyrocket. So make sure that you enter this in the pre-sale and PancakeSwap launch phase. In the phase 2, which is Q4 of this year, the last quarter of this year, CMS marketing, extensive influencer marketing, social media campaign, 5,000 holders on PC scan, 10,000 Telegram members, 10 million market cap, first exchange listing, and then NFT collection release, which they're talking about right here. So in the fourth quarter, their team is going to present NFT collection with FLOPA to help stray cats. So probably they're going to create a whole mechanism in which the sales of the NFT that also will be used for charity. And then in the phase 3, which is going to be Q1 and Q2 of the next year, 50 million market cap, 20,000 holders on BC scan, 50,000 Telegram members, extensive influencer marketing, improving token utilities, collaborative marketing, taking over everything. And you can see we have amazing future ahead of us in this project. So I think this is all of you guys in this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one shortly. So stay tuned. Disclaimer: trading digital assets involve significant risk and can result in the loss of your invested capital. You should ensure that you fully understand the risk involved and take into consideration your level of experience, investment objectives, and seek independent financial advice if necessary. It is up to you whether to invest or not.